Hello folks, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Banished with the Colonial Charter Mod. Now, I skipped forward a little after the end of the last episode, as I promised, in order to move things along a touch as far as my requirement for bricks were concerned. And I have made some progress, but the reason I'm focusing on this building right now is because it was ever so recently on fire. Now, we do have a few people who are homeless at the moment, and obviously they're not going to be any less homeless if they set their houses on fire. As you can see, we've got people who haven't got any food. I absolutely shed loads of food. They're just bone idle. We do, however, have a slight shortage in the amount of fuel we've got stored, and I suspect that that's due to the twin demands of me wanting to export it and it being turned into furnace fuel. Well, look, I mean, that's the economic reality that we're working on. We're cruising at a very leisurely pace right here. Let's where's the up the tempo button? It's there. Look, right. Give me 5. 5 is where we usually live, and that's purely because, as much as it is very scenic playing at 1. We do at least want the game to progress somewhat. So we've got something of a shortage of wood at the moment. As you can see, 29 wood in stock, and that's also having a knock-on effect for the amount of fuel we've got stored. But we have actually made some brick-based progress. We've got a bridge here now. Admittedly, there is another bridge to do right next to it, but hey, look, half the job done. That's not such a bad place to start off. What else is going on? Oh, no, not much. Although the O there, a mental reminder of actually something that I've got to do. The melting house, which will start turning in the gathered gold and silver ore that we've been accumulating from various places. We are 2 bricks away from that starting to be built. I had some nomads turn up while you were away. I told them to sling their hook because, frankly, I've got some growing pains to get through, and that's not going to happen if I have a sudden influx of plague-ridden external folk come into my town and spread their message of sickness. Anyway, right, so food. We've more or less recovered from the food shortage that we were having, thanks in no small part to this crop field, which now has an attached mill, which is going quite nicely. Still kicking along at a pleasant rate. Although, you know, this water wheel could be spinning, maybe. Is it a water wheel that spins? I suspect it probably isn't. And then that's being delivered to our inner town bakery over here, which, as you can see, has got some flour waiting. It's really rather pleasant. I since stuck another deck on top of that to put some people in to live, and I'm going to put a 3rd deck on that now. I think they call it a floor rather than a deck, but hey, it's you know, you get the general meaning. Let's whiz you around here. No, let's try you at an increasingly strange angle and see if that works. There we go. Right. Anyway, right, so today, hopefully, as much as it's not going to be my main focus, hopefully we do manage to get the melting house done. That feels like I've been waiting for the melting house to come of age for quite some time. Also, it was pointed out that I haven't actually built a vineyard after celebrating so much about the grapes that I had learned to grow. So I'm going to start there. Vineyard. Now, is a vineyard that's a forest-based endeavour, right? Yes. Okay. Right. So an orchard, a forest. What's the matter with you? It's because I've got foresters on my mind as well. Yeah, I want to. I want to get my forestry sorted, and part of the problem there is that I have pretty much destroyed the natural foresting opportunity going on here. Now, I'm going to build a whacking great orchard. You're all going to complain about it being woefully inefficient, but I want to start brewing wine like there's no tomorrow. I think the secret to keeping my townsfolk happy is going to be to get them drunk. a lot. So I'm going to get this chap up and rolling. Your tips are taken in the spirit that they are offered, in that I am welcome to ignore them. And if that's not how you intended them to be delivered, I regret to inform you that is how they are being interpreted. Right, so I need more gatherers and a forester's sect and a hunting cabin. Now, I think I've already built, in fact I'm pretty certain I already built a replacement setup of that nature. No, it's over here, look. There we go. So, hunting cabin and a forester's lodge and a herbalist. But one load of foresters is not cutting the mustard for me at present. More mustard must be cut, and therefore I ought to get some more forestry work going. Let's... Dirt road? No. This is going to be a relatively major thoroughfare, so we're going to invest in brick. Now, I've got a second bridge, which I'm hoping merge together, that will run in parallel with that one. And as much as I'd quite like to wait and see how that develops, I think before then... Do you really want this made out of stone? Yeah, I reckon I do. Anyway, it's going to get people moving, and then let's get our resource harvesting, resource production. So, I mean, realistically, I could probably get away without all three of these buildings. A forester's lodge alone would be an absolute boon at this point. Now, I'm zooming in so that I can just see where the hell I just put that road. Because obviously, I want maximum catchment area for my foresting folk. Right, let's stick it in there, and then let's complete that bit of stone road. I think I will just go... no, actually, I ought to get a hunting lodge out here as well, just purely because it doesn't take much for my my production of hide-based coats to come unstuck. Resource production, foresters and logging. No, it's not. It's they're hunters. They're hunters. They come under. They come under somewhere. That looks promising. A hunting cabin. Splendid. Right, there we go. Stick those in there. Right, now those should turn up relatively quickly. As much as I do have a wood shortage at the moment, you know, my townsfolk are relatively forward in getting that under control, and I want to see how that percolates out in terms of being able to keep up demand on stored fuel. Now, as I am turning that fuel into, see, we're taking firewood and turning it into furnace fuel, so it could be that I need another woodcutter on the team as well. Potentially. We'll see how that pans out. Ah, right, good. Field done. So let's go grapes. You need apparently 4 farmers. Oh, and immediately 3 farmers have just kind of gone like, oh no, there's a better life for me growing grapes. Well, let's we'll leave that well alone for the moment and just let it get on with business, because we've got a trader turn up. What are you packing there, friend? Building supplies, which I understand are tricky to come by later on. A bit of coal, a bit of stone, a bit of lumber, and some herbs. Well, I'm not interested. I don't want any of that, really, if I'm honest. We do have a goodly amount of pottery stored up. We can afford just about anything. What's that looking like? That's, what, 2,500, 3,700-ish, give or take. And then we've got a... Actually, that's what I'm doing. I'm using wood not only... to turn into firewood, which is then being exported. I'm also using it for furniture, and I am still building at a relatively ludicrous rate. Okay, well, that explains my log shortage anyway, so I think a third forester's hut is probably worth setting up. Not least of all because I like being able to expand at a relatively aggressive rate. So maybe out here somewhere would fit the bill. I am going to run into a labour shortage, but once I'm over the current hump, as it were, of projects. Of course, that's not going to make a difference. I'll be able to dial down the number of builders that I require. And of course, most of those guys are waiting for bricks. So, you know, that's not going to fix itself quickly. Look, you only need 2 bricks. Ah, hold on. No, somebody said there was a... There is. Look, there's a pause button here. We can pause building something until we've got the important done stuff. Important done stuff first. Wire your brain in, sunshine. There we go. We'll pause that one. Cycle the other bricks in the direction we want them. Because then at least we're making some money out of that stuff. And then I can actually buy in. I mean, I'm reluctant to buy in food at the moment. But... I certainly will do. Presses and barrels, wine. I'm going to need a barrel maker. Or am I going to need a brewer? What's the... Because, you know, as much as I'm happy for people to eat grapes, I would far sooner be turning them into... what's this stuff over here? Is that flour? Flour come in these little tubs. Sacks, surely. Sacks of flour. Ho-hum. We'll figure it out. Anyway, you know, Farming Central is really... It's really coming along quite nicely. And again, I am on top of the world when it comes to actually being... delivering a sufficient number of food items. Right, now, have I got gathering? 3 of 4. This is my only gatherer's hut. They're going to have a tough time gathering from anywhere out here. Hello, everybody. Look at this. Finally done. Okay, well, it's a silver or gold question. What have we got more of in stock at the moment? Inventory. Gold or silver? Gold or 12, yes. Silver or 30. Well, let's plough through all that silver and then wait till you run out of juice, shall we? Silver Phoenix is good. What are you? You're a melter, I suppose? Melting house. Get to work. Good. Right, okay, so I'll now unpause this again. I think I do think I've got another building that's waiting for bricks somewhere, but it's clearly not high on my priority list, otherwise I would remember it. Now, I did see some chap earlier wandering around. Wait, there he is, look there. Right, you have nowhere to be. No, pause. Who are you, madam? And you're age 5? Shouldn't be out alone. You're pretty happy, given that you haven't got anywhere to live. Okay, right. Well, let's resolve that. And I think the time has come. Many of you have suggested that I should be making people homeless, and you know, we'll do that now. I mean, I feel, you know, I feel pretty bad about it. Let's just make sure the order issued is just to delete these houses. Okay, fine. And that's a schoolhouse. Right, okay. Unpause. Make it happen. Make them all homeless. We can tolerate a certain amount of turnover. In fact, these aren't even shacks. These are wooden houses. They're perfectly serviceable. What else we got here? Blacksmith? No, that's all fine. Tailor. These are hardly shacks. I mean, they might not be the most salubrious houses in the world, but, you know, neither are they entirely rotten. But needs must. Right, let's find something a little bit more robust to put these chaps in. A large residence, glass and brick and stone. A town abode. Yes, or a salt house will store 5 people. Store people. Honestly, what are you talking about? It's right. Okay, right. Well, we'll I think we'll try and slam in as many of these multi-deckers as possible. Urban heists. Now, their footprint is pretty significant, but they will cater for quite a few people once I've got them in. Right, we're going to get 2 in there, aren't we? Unless I can get... I mean, I could get another one in here. No, there's just no way, not in this amount of space. What I should have done there was moved the road at the same time. Although that does leave room for some more service-type buildings, I guess. Although, you know, on reflection, it does seem to be quite poorly conceived on my part. Ah, no, we'll stick another one in there. That should do the trick. Right, 3 new houses. People are going to be a little on the drafty side for the moment. But, you know, we'll have them rehoused in relatively short order, and hopefully they don't freeze. Admittedly, doing this in winter is perhaps a bit cruel, but we'll do our best to get them rehoused swiftly. Okay, right, okay. There's actually what I want to find out here, and it's back to Town Hall in order to do so. How many grapes did I actually manage to get out of that initial harvest, or has it gone in with food? Surely grapes are their own dominion, or have people eaten them all already? Well, they've eaten the bread. Yes. Okay. Well, we'll figure that out as we go, I suppose. Right. Okay. Look. There we go. So, right. First one's up, and a couple of hunters and a student have moved in. Good show. I wonder if the student is going to go into the family enterprise. Meanwhile, let's get another one of you chaps up. You fit in there? I don't think you will. I think that's a little bit tight for you to happily slot in, but we'll do that, and then we'll do this, so we can get another family on each of those. We'll do the same in reverse on here. Yeah, oh, it's worked. I hadn't anticipated it doing so. Splendid. So I do have a bit of a labourer shortage at present, but again, you know, we'll work past that. Well, how are we doing on the brick front here? There's still got another 43 to go. How about these new? There we go. Foresting, hunting, all good. Which means I can now delete these ones. What are you supposed to be? You're a wood stockpile. Oh, I guess because we were foresting there for a while, and I have been, I'm sure you can recall, but I did set that up so that we weren't replanting. Kill it, and that one, and this one. Yep, remove. Demolish. You folks, out of business. Right, I do need to build another gatherer's shack, hut, whatever, call it what you will. Which again is food, I think. Raw food gathering. A gatherer's hut. Gatherer's hut. There we are. Right, where shall I put that one? Let's go settle it down with these chaps here. There we go. What are you? You're a herbalist. Oh, okay. Do I need that many herbalists? What do herbalists actually do? Oh, presumably they either gather or do something with herbs. Collect herbs and cure minor ailments. Oh, all right, fair enough. I guess you're bringing value to the equation. Why have you got a question mark over your head? What's your issue? That usually means you don't know what you should be doing. You're a gatherer and you don't know what you should be doing. Oh, that's probably a gatherer who I just made redundant, having demolished the place of their livelihood. Okay, fair enough. Right, let's see how those... And the good thing about these houses is they do tend to get built pretty sharpish. A couple of pensioners moved in. What do you mean my reserve of... How is my reserve of food low? I don't understand. Well, I guess it is... I mean, it is summer. Why'd you close that window? You need that one. Find the thing, put that back up. That's the... Keep your eye on the early warning system for drama. Right, now, food processing, next job. Always another job, and I really do rather approve of that. Butchery, no. Food refining. Okay, what's this? A preservist, no. I want a... No, not a salting house. Nor a smokehouse. None. It's none of this. What I want is a brewer of some degree. Maybe they live out. What's this? That's refined resources, inn and garden, luxuries production. That sounds more promising. A small tavern, a brewery, makes alcohol. What sort of alcohol? Do you make wine? A distillery. Grains can be distilled. Well, I can do that. I'm going to need rope. Apparently I need rope in order to make a distillery. Alright. Curing barn, no. A winery. I wonder if that's where I should make my wine. The answer, of course, being... why, yes it is. There we go. Right. One winery coming up, eventually. Log and stone. Smashing. I'm going to, you know, Chateau Colonelsburg is going to be magnificently renowned white sheeps, you say? Ah, right. Yes. Now, can I interest you in some pottery? I do very fine pottery. I only need 2 sheeps to start with. Yeah, I'm overpaying by 500 quid, look. There you go, bang on. 60 out of my 150. Oh, the trade for pottery is going to be well worthwhile. Right, excellent, sheeps. And then we can get some kind of weavery going on here. Yeah, wow, that's the good thing about, you know, a bit of farming is the renewable nature of what it produces. Now, you have built these houses in a really bad place. So, where's another bit of road out there? Now, is there a way that these 2 chaps can meet up? If we run down as far as there, I guess it means we could probably get another shore house working here in some fashion. What? Look, there's some kind of techno outline would be beneficial here. I'm going to assume they don't quite meet yet, but we do need another livestock pen. No. I like my pasture, like I like my women, surrounded by a fence. That's a bit of nonsense, I suppose. 8 by 15. Nice view of the river. That'll do nicely. Excellent. Well, I feel like this is progress. We are completely out of logs, and as a result, out of firewood. I should probably stop building for a little bit in order to let my lumber situation catch back up again. Do I need barrels? That or bottles, maybe. I've got glass makers, but I don't recall having seen. I ain't got anywhere to live. Hold on, I don't want to build a pasture there. My teacher is currently homeless. Well, we can't have that. Let's stick a lid on some of these and see if that alleviates the situation. Of course, that one doesn't want a lid. You can have one there though. It's going to be a funky looking house. Okay, right. That's I'll finish this off, but that's gonna take us to the bridge for this for another terrible looking establishment. But that's going to wrap it up for this time round. Next time, oh, I don't know. I would imagine it will be somewhat similar. Concentrate and get this plunk down while you're rattling away there, man. There we go. This is all about kind of... this is like a phase 2 redevelopment of the town that we've got so far. We've already experienced a certain amount of food shortage, which we've weathered through. And what I really need to find out is whether the shortage in logs that I'm experiencing at the moment is coming as a result of my excessive tendency to build, or whether there is a legitimate shortage going on. So be sure to tune in next time and discover for yourselves the truth of the matter. Lots of chickens. I hope they're producing eggs. Can I do something bakery-wise with eggs? These and other questions will be answered in the next enthralling installment of this series, and I very much hope to see you then. So thanks very much for watching today. I've been Colonel Failure. Chuck us a like on this one. Eggs, what can you do? Bread and eggs, nothing. What good are you? Yeah, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll be back in the very near future with something that's remarkably similar to this. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Cheerio.
Listen.